Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Please have a seat. Everything we do has to be recorded, so I'm going to ask you to move a little bit closer to that microphone. You don't need to lean into it. It just needs to be in front of you to catch your voice.
Okay.
If you'd begin by stating your name for the jury and spelling your last name for us, please.
I'm Kiara McCulley, McCulley.
Ms. Murphy, you may proceed.
Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, and can you just get a little closer to the mic?
Okay, is that better?
Yes, thank you. When is your birthday?
December 4th, 2002.
How far did you get in high school?
11th grade.
What's your mom's name?
Lanny.
When you go to October of 2022, where were you living on October 28th, 29th of 2022?
The garage of my mom's house, which is...
Okay. Did anyone else live in that garage with you?
It was me and Isaac.
Okay. Were there any parks or features, public spaces near that house at 5941 Jaguar Drive?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
There were a few schools, and then there's a park just about a block away.
Do you know if that park had a name or the cross streets near it?
I don't remember.
I want to talk about someone named Grace Jennings, okay? Do you or did you know somebody named Grace Jennings?
I did.
How old were you when you met Grace?
I don't remember the exact age. I just know I was in 2nd grade when I met her.
Okay. How did you meet her?
I was best friends with her little sister.
Going forward into your early teen years, what was your relationship with Grace?
We were friends for a while, and then we started dating.
Okay. How long did you date?
About 8 months, if I remember correctly.
Okay. And what do you mean when you say that you guys dated?
Like, we were in a semi-serious relationship.
Okay. And what does that mean to you?
That she was pretty much number one above me in my life. She meant everything to me at the time.
What would you do, you and Grace, during that time frame?
We would go out, we would have fun, just be kids.
Did you eventually break up?
Yes.
Without saying anything anyone said or did, how did that breakup impact you emotionally?
It was really difficult for me.
Okay.
I'm the one who ended it, but I never really let go.
Okay. After you and Grace broke up, did you eventually start dating somebody named Isaac Apodaca?
I did.
How did you meet Isaac Apodaca?
I had talked to Grace, and we were just talking about meeting up at the Santa Fe Place Mall so that I could see if she was worth bringing back into my life. And when I was there, Isaac was there with her.
Okay. And what happened?
We started talking and hanging out. We were just doing what normal kids do, you know. And then later in the night, he walked me home. And the next day we were supposed to meet up, all 3 of us, and Grace didn't show up. So it turned into Isaac and I's first date.
Okay. And do you remember the year that happened?
2019.
How long did you and Isaac Apodaca date?
3.5 years.
Is Isaac Apodaca present in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you please point to him and tell me what he's wearing?
He's over here wearing a quite nice suit and a blue tie.
Your Honor, can the record reflect that this witness identified Isaac Apodaca?
She has.
Thank you. When you and Isaac were together, did you have pet names or nicknames for each other?
Yes.
Okay. What was the nickname that Isaac would use for you?
Puggle.
Puggle?
Yeah. It means baby platypus.
Okay. And what was your nickname for Isaac?
Otter.
And you stated that you you lived together with Isaac?
Yes,
Where did you first live together with Isaac?
my mom's house.
And when you say the house, what do you mean?
It's the 5941 Jaguar Drive. That's the house that we were living in.
Okay,
We were in the bigger room at the front of the house.
okay. In the main house?
Yes.
Right. And how long did you live in the main house together, you and Isaac?
It was on and off between there and other locations for most of our time together. I can't remember exactly how long.
Okay.
It was most of it.
Did you ever live in any other locations on the property at 5941 Jaguar?
Yes.
Okay, and what was that other location?
The garage.
Okay. Why did you move to the garage?
Isaac was telling me that my mom wasn't really that great for me, so I needed to get some space.
Okay. Can you kind of describe the general layout of the garage?
We moved things around a few times, but when you first go in, to the right of you, there's the TV and a table, and the bed is right in front of you.
What size was the bed, if you remember?
It was a queen.
A queen? Okay. I want to talk a little bit about something that happened on April 4th of 2022. Without saying anything else, do you know what I'm referring to when I say that day?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Briefly, what happened on April 4th of 2022?
I was having a hard time and debating things, and I told Isaac about what I was thinking about, and he had a complete breakdown and attacked me.
What do you mean he attacked you?
He started beating me up.
Okay. Did you have any injuries?
Yes, he broke my thumb and left a lot of bruises.
And when you say you were debating things, what were you debating?
Our relationship.
Did you go anywhere for medical care after that happened?
Yes.
Where'd you go?
I went to, which hospital was it? It was not St. Vincent's. What was the other one called? Sorry, it's been so long since I've been there.
It's okay. You went to the hospital?
Yeah, I went to the hospital.
All right. And did you speak to the police at all about that incident?
I did.
Okay. Did you pursue charges for it?
I did not.
All right. Why?
I didn't want to make his life harder, and I wanted him happy so he would come back.
What made you, did Isaac say anything specific about the charges or about not cooperating with the charges?
I don't really remember.
Okay. After that incident, did you get back with Isaac?
I did.
Do you remember how long from when that happened until you guys were back together?
It was about 3 weeks.
How, if at all, did your relationship change after that incident in April of 2022?
For maybe a month, it was like a honeymoon stage, but then it went straight back to the abuse that I was getting.
I want to talk about something called sex work, okay? Right. Do you know what that means?
Yes.
All right. Is there another word for sex work?
There are a lot of different terms, but yeah.
Is me referring to it as sex work a term or phrase that you're comfortable with me using to refer to what we're going to talk about? Okay. Have you ever engaged in sex work?
Yes.
And what does that mean to you?
I would have sex with different people and get money for that.
Okay. How did that come about that you started doing that?
In 2020, Isaac and I were living in an apartment with his friend, and no one was willing to get a job or pay for anything, and he suggested that I start basically prostituting myself. And I told him I needed to think about it, and then he just said, I already have a couple clients for you, just go out and do it.
And when you say he, who do you mean?
Isaac.
How was payment rendered for the sex work? Who got paid and how?
I would be handed the money at first from the client, and then I would take it to Isaac, and he would hold on to it.
Why give Isaac the money?
I'm not even sure why I gave it to him.
Okay. Do you know what Isaac would do with the money from sex work?
From getting model kits to other things that I'm not sure about, he would just spend it on whatever he wanted.
Okay. I want to talk about things Isaac would tell you, okay? And can you explain to me what, if anything, you would believe in general that Isaac would tell you that maybe you feel differently about now?
Oh, there's so many things. He had me convinced that he was an angel. Had me convinced of a lot of different things, even an organization that doesn't exist.
Okay.
And I understand why I fell into it now that I've looked at it, but I'm very disappointed in myself still.
Okay. What do you mean you believed he was an angel?
He had convinced me he was the Archangel Gabriel.
What do you mean that he convinced you that he was the Archangel Gabriel?
When I first met him, he told me that he was the angel, but at first I didn't believe him. Then he started telling me things that no one knew about me. And maybe a part of me wanted it to be real. But then when I started really believing him, I just kept asking, tell me more, and he kept feeding it.
Okay. What sorts of things would he tell you as it relates to him being the Archangel Gabriel?
He told me my darkest secret.
What do you mean by that?
It's just one thing I never told anyone, not even my mom.
And you believed that he knew that because he was an angel?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You said that he told you he was part of an organization and you believed that?
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember what that organization was called?
He called it Ghost.
Ghost?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall when you started hearing about, from Isaac, an organization called Ghost?
It was maybe 2-3 months into the relationship. And he kept telling me that I could be a part of it and be a hero per se. Just one thing I wanted to do was be a hero to somebody.
What was Ghost, as Isaac described it to you?
A vigilante group that took out people that, by took out I mean kill. People who are like pedophiles, rapists, even drug addicts. Just people that were considered bad.
Did Isaac tell you how he would communicate with other members of this organization?
He never told me how he would communicate with them.
Okay. What did you believe Isaac's role in this organization called Ghost was?
He told me he was the one who started it.
And you stated that the purpose was to kill people. Did Isaac make any representations to you about what he had done in the course of his work for Ghost?
He had referenced that he had killed 40 people already, which is a high number.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
I want to talk about any sort of markings or ranking marks related to Ghost. Do you know what I'm referring to when I?
Yes.
Okay. What am I referring to when I say markings related to Ghost?
So he had given me a tattoo on my hand that it was supposed to say, this is that I'm a part of it. I ended up covering it up.
Okay.
But I just, yeah.
In October of 2022, did you have a marking on your body related to Ghost?
Yes.
Okay. And who gave that to you?
Isaac.
Why, Kiara, Ms. McCulley, why did you believe these things about ghosts that Isaac would tell you?
I'm not sure why at the time. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection. So really, I just wanted somewhere to belong.
Did Isaac ever show you anything related to Ghost? And by that I mean messages with other individuals, or did he provide any physical proof to you that he was part of this organization or that the organization even existed?
The closest thing was when he got on the dark web. But that's it.
And what do you mean by that?
He got onto I'm not sure how, but there was this part of the internet where he was finding like very inappropriate videos that I do not ever want to see again.
Okay. I want to talk about Grace again. In October of 2022, did you have any beliefs related to Grace and something that may have happened to you?
Yes.
All right. In October of 2022, what did you believe Grace had done or helped do to you?
I believed she was a part of a rape that I'm not even certain now is real.
How did that idea that Grace had been part of a rape come about? Where did that originate?
Isaac started telling me about a video that he found that looked like me.
And what did he say was happening in the video?
He said that there was a gang rape in that video and it looked like a girl like me, but he got it taken down and he never showed it to me, but I believed him.
Well, what role would Grace have had in that video?
He said that he saw her getting money out of the deal.
When did you start believing that Grace had essentially facilitated a gang rape for you? How far into your relationship with Isaac?
That was about 6 months.
When you started to believe that Grace had facilitated this rape, how did that make you feel?
It made me angry, it made me sad, depressed, all these different emotions, very confusing emotions, all hitting me like at a point where I'm like, someone I love could have done something that bad.
What specific feelings did you have about it as towards Grace at that point?
I was extremely angry with her and I wanted her to feel the pain I felt.
I want to talk very briefly about something on Halloween in 2021, so a year prior to everything that happened with Grace. Do you know what I'm referring to when I say Halloween of 2021?
I believe so.
Okay. Briefly and generally, what happened on Halloween in 2021?
I had thrown a party and no one showed up, so I got really upset. And I called one of my clients and Isaac came along with, and then someone put something in my drink and I was raped that night.
Did you get medical care for that assault?
Yes, there was a rape kit done.
After, you said it was with a client?
Yeah,
Okay,
he was a client turned to friend almost, I thought.
Did you or Isaac get paid for that night?
I'm not certain.
After that, did you do any more sex work?
I did.
Whose idea was it for you to continue doing sex work?
It was Isaac's.
And what do you mean by that?
I kept telling him I didn't want to do it anymore, but he kept setting people up so that I could just keep getting paid.
Okay.
This would be the only thing he wanted.
Do you recall how, for lack of a better word, you would advertise for the sex work?
Yes, there was an ad on Skip the Games, which Isaac put up for me.
And what is Skip the Games?
It's a website for escorts and prostitutes, I think.
Okay.
I was never personally on the site.
Other than creating the account or the profile, did Isaac do anything else as it related to you and images being on the site?
There were some photos that he took for specific clients.
All right. In October of 2022, Kiara, prior to the incident, at that point, what were your feelings towards Grace? How strong were they?
They were pretty strong. I just wanted her out of my life, but part of me still wanted her around. So I kept messaging her. And then I'm like, wait, what the hell am I doing? Because I felt almost hatred. It's on the thin line.
Who, if anyone, did you talk to about this hatred for Grace? Prior to October 28th?
Yeah. Well, Isaac, I've talked to him about it a lot. And then I know I talked to my friend Jeffrey and Brady, and I also talked to my friend Kiana at the time. I know I talked to a lot of people about it, but I didn't realize how serious it was.
Was there a part of you that wanted Grace dead?
A part of me.
All right, let's talk about the night before everything happened, okay? So we're going to talk about October 28th of 2022. Do you remember anything about that day?
Yes.
All right, what do you remember?
So that day, well, it was at night when everything started getting intense for me. It was, Isaac had straight up asked me, do you want to kill Grace? And I said yes, not realizing what he was about to do was bring her to the house. So I went to the park, told them to meet me there, and we'd just get it over with. By it, I mean the murder. I'd get it over with so he would stop being so pushy. And then he changed the plan completely.
Let's talk about this first part, and then we'll go on in a minute. Where were you when Isaac said, do you want to kill Grace?
I was in my room,
And what do you mean by your room?
the garage.
Garage. Okay. And after he asked, do you want to kill Grace, what did you say?
I said, duh.
Right.
That's all I said was duh.
And what happened next?
He told me that he's going to bring her over. I said, no, that's not a good idea. You know what I feel, how I feel about this. And then he started saying, well, you could rank up and ghost and all kinds of stuff.
So you told him you did not want Grace to come over after all?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I said.
And then you said you went to the park to get it over with?
Yeah.
What were you wearing when you went to the park?
I was wearing LARP clothing, which was like armor and a cloak.
Were you carrying anything with you?
I had my sword with me and a few knives.
Did you have any electronics with you?
My phone.
And what was your plan once you got to the park in terms of if Grace had come to the park?
If she had actually gone to the park, I would have just attacked her, was my plan. And then, well, first we were going to try and take her to the tunnel system, but try and convince her. Oh, I hate thinking about it.
Let me stop you there. What do you mean that you were going to take her to a tunnel system?
There's just a bunch of tunnels around my house.
What do you mean?
They're like drain tunnels.
Like storm drains?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you said that, or did you actually make it to the park?
I made it to the park. They did not.
You stated that Isaac changed the plan. What changed?
He texted me saying, let's just come back to the house. We'll figure it out from there.
Did you go back to the house?
I did.
And when you walked, did you walk into the garage?
Yes.
When you walked into the garage, what did you see?
I saw Grace sitting on my bed.
Okay. How'd that make you feel?
A lot of anger all at once. And Isaac was just doing his thing.
What do you mean by that?
He was like sitting there acting like it was nothing.
Okay. What happened next?
They started smoking weed and I was drinking a little bit. And throughout the night, it was just, my anger kept growing.
At some point in this early part of the night, not the next day, did Isaac leave?
Yes.
Okay. And how was it when it was just you and Grace in the garage?
At that point, I started feeling really bad for her because she had just gone through a breakup herself.
Okay.
That's why she needed a place to stay that night. And I did try to set my feelings aside and just be somewhat supportive. It was really hard, but I tried.
Did Isaac come back?
He did.
After Isaac came back, how did the rest of the evening go in terms of how everyone interacted?
Well, Grace started trying to sleep. I don't know if she actually ended up sleeping or not, but she was acting like she was. Isaac was at the foot of the bed, and I was in Isaac's usual spot, which is on the left side of the bed.
Okay. When you say Isaac was at the foot of the bed, what do you mean?
I mean, he was, so Grace was in my spot on the right side of the bed. I was on the left. just laying down, and Isaac was laying at the foot of the bed where horizontally in perspective.
Okay. And when you say the right versus the left side of the bed, which side of the bed would be the side that had the refrigerator next to it? Do you recall a
That
small?
would be the left side.
The left side. And is that the side you were laying on?
Yes.
Okay. And so the side closer to the large garage door would be the right side?
Yes.
Okay. And who was laying there?
Grace.
How did it feel having Grace in your spot?
I did not like it. Very much did not like that.
Okay. So while Grace was either sleeping or maybe not sleeping, and you were all three in the bed, what were you and Isaac doing as the night went on?
We were texting and trying to figure out what to do. And he kept handing me knives and stuff too, and I couldn't pull myself to actually do it at that time.
Kiara, were you dragging a dagger or a knife across Isaac's face at any point?
No.
Were you poking Isaac in the back with a knife or a dagger at any point?
No.
Kiara, what, if anything, were you doing with a dagger or a knife as it relates to Isaac's back that night?
Nothing. I was kicking him, but that's it.
Okay. And when you were communicating with Isaac, while you guys were both in the bed, I think you just said texting, what device or devices were you using?
I was using my phone.
Did you use any other device or devices that evening?
Just the TV.
Okay. For purposes of communication, what, if any, devices did you use?
Just my phone.
You stated that Isaac handed you a dagger or knives, is that what you stated?
Yes.
Do you recall kind of where in the evening that started to happen?
That was after Grace had seemed to have fallen asleep. But I do remember holding the dagger above her, and he put his hand on the pommel, the back of the knife, and tried to push it, but I jerked back.
Why?
It didn't feel like it was right.
We've seen the messages between you and Isaac. Do you recall messaging back and forth?
Yes.
Okay. Did you use Isaac's phone what, if any, action did you take using Isaac's phone throughout the course of the evening?
I didn't use his phone at all.
Okay. What, if any, action did you take using a cell phone that was on the refrigerator next to the bed?
I didn't use that either. I honestly forgot that was there.
Do you recall what your Facebook username or handle was?
Froggy with 3 G's and an IE and McCulley.
Do you recall what Isaac's Facebook username was?
I believe it was null void.
There's a portion in the night where you send probably about 100 times like a little dog or corgi or sticker or cartoon. Do you recall doing that?
Yeah, I was trying to annoy him,
Okay.
get his attention.
What, if any, conversation do you recall having about cleaning up a mess?
I remember some of it.
Okay. What mess would you be planning to clean up?
Grace's death.
Did your sword have a name?
Yes.
What was it?
Zera.
Can you spell that?
How did I spell it? I don't think I remember how I spelled it.
Okay, but it was Zira?
Yeah.
So you said that at one point you had the dagger up and Isaac was pushing on it behind your hand?
Yes.
Okay. Why not just kill her then?
I couldn't bring myself to do it at that point.
What do you recall about what Isaac was telling you throughout the night?
Could I get some water?
Yes.
Take just a second.
Thank you. He was telling me a lot of like, one that I remember him telling me is dull cuts like butter. That is something I remember him telling me because the dagger wasn't very sharp. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll wait. What, if any, messages do you recall as it relates to Ghost and murdering Grace from that evening?
He mentioned some place called the Barn. Said, well, if you don't do it now, we'll do it there. And I don't know what exactly he was talking about.
Had you ever been to the barn with him?
No.
Did you have a butterfly knife with you that night?
Not that night, no.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
I had one at one point, but I lost it
When did you lose it?
about a week prior.
Let's talk about the sword for a moment, okay? What do you recall about the sword?
It was extremely sharp. And it was a beautiful sword. If you look at it in the view of art, that's how I like to view it. It was art. That
During the night, as you and Isaac are messaging, where was the sword?
it was on the floor next to the door, just to the right of the door.
Okay. So I guess I should ask you this. When you came in from being at the park, you stated that you had some armor and the sword with you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you do with the sword when you walked into the garage after being at the park?
I took it off my belt and set it down. I set it right next to me, which was right to the left of the door,
Okay.
right next to a bunch of cubbies.
Okay. And what did you do with your armor?
I just took it off and set it there.
Do you recall what you were wearing other than the armor?
Yeah, it was a blue sweater and pleather pants.
Pleather, like fake leather?
Yes.
All right. So throughout the night, as you and Isaac are messaging, did the sword stay in that same spot where you had put it down when you'd come in from the park?
Yes.
Where was the dagger throughout the night?
Multiple different places. At one point, he was holding onto it. At one point, it was next to me on the floor. And then there were a couple points where it was on our hands, and we're trying to figure out what to do.
How much sleep did you get that night?
None.
Why?
At the time when I fell asleep angry, Isaac always told me that I was grumpy. He didn't like how I would act, so I wouldn't sleep when I was angry. And I was awake for a very long time.
I want to go now to the mid-morning hours, okay? Did you and Isaac make a plan referred to as Operation Fake Kickout?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us about that?
I was pretending to kick Isaac out so I could get Grace to leave, because I was trying to back out.
Okay.
Like,
And do you recall the final messages Isaac sent to you before everything happened?
not completely, but I do remember him saying that she had admitted to doing something to him.
What did you take him saying she admitted to doing something? What did you think that was referring to?
That was referring to the rape. That's what I thought it was meaning.
How'd that make you feel to hear Isaac, or to see Isaac message that Grace had admitted it to him?
I was hurt, I was angry, I had so many mixed emotions. It's like, to the point I actually cried a little bit.
Once Isaac sent you that message, or those final messages, what happened next?
We were getting up and like trying to just act like everything was normal for a moment.
Where was Grace at this point?
She was sitting next to Isaac at the foot of the bed.
Where were you?
I was standing in front of them.
When you say standing in front of him, what would have been, say, to your back?
The door, the front door.
What happened next?
Isaac handed me the sword.
Okay. What did you take that to mean?
And it's time to do it, and I had no choice.
At that point, how were you feeling emotionally?
Overwhelmed.
What happened next?
He told me he would hurt my mom if I didn't do it. Because I was standing there like, what the f are you trying to make me do?
Okay. Then what happened?
Then Grace started laughing at me like it was some big joke.
How'd that make you feel?
It brought all of my anger out in one spot.
What happened next?
And I closed my eyes and swung the sword.
When you made that first swing, where was Isaac?
He was right next to her, on her right.
When you swung the first time, what did Isaac do?
And he got up and he started saying, "Come on, finish it, finish it, finish it." And then he ended up leaving for a little bit, and I finished the job, as he would reference it. And then he came back, told me, "Go take a shower."
Let me stop you there.
Sorry.
While you were murdering Grace, were you saying anything to Grace that you recall?
Just say, "I'm sorry." I just kept telling her, "Please just apologize and I'll let you go."
Where on the bed or in the room did Grace die?
She was on the bed.
You stated that Isaac then came back?
Yes.
Okay. Where were you in the garage when Isaac came back?
I was standing next to the door.
Okay. And where was the sword?
It was on the bed at the time.
What, if anything, did Isaac say when he came back?
He told me to go take a shower.
Did you?
Yes.
All right. How long do you think it took you to shower?
About 15 minutes.
When you came back, or after you left the shower, what did you do?
I got dressed, grabbed a couple towels, and started heading towards the garage. Because Isaac had told me that he was going to clean it up.
What was your plan for once you got to the garage?
I was just going to give him a hand.
When you got to the garage, what did you observe?
I saw her body on the floor, the sword on the table, and I freaked out.
Okay. What did you do?
I locked the door, ran back into the house, and the main house, and realized what had just happened.
When you were exiting the garage and headed into the main house, did you see anyone?
I heard the cops.
Was Isaac present at any point from when you, or well, let me ask this, when was the last time you saw Isaac?
When he came to tell me to take a shower.
When you went back to the garage, where was Grace?
She was on the floor.
Is that where you had left her?
She was on the bed when I left.
Do you remember any injuries to your hand or hands?
I got a couple cuts on my hands from the sword.
Ms. McCulley, you're testifying today pursuant to a plea agreement you've accepted, is that correct?
Yes.
And what are the consequences, without saying any numbers, if you do not testify truthfully today, what is your understanding of the consequences of lying?
I could get more time.
Could you also face additional charges?
I believe so, yes.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
Ms. McCulley, I'm approaching you with what's been marked as State's Exhibit 91, okay? I'm going to hand this to you and just ask that you review it, and if you tell me if you recognize what it is, okay? And you can look through the rest of the document if you need to.
Yeah, I recognize this.
And I'll just have you look through all of it really quickly. Kiara, what is State's Exhibit 91?
My plea agreement.
Your plea agreement?
Yes.
And is this the plea agreement that you signed and accepted and was filed into court last January?
Yes.
And did you plead guilty to aggravated murder in the second degree?
I did.
Did you plead guilty to conspiracy to commit first-degree murder under willful and deliberate?
I did.
And in exchange for that plea, are you agreeing to fully cooperate in this case?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd move to admit State's Exhibit 91.
Any objection to 91?
No objection from defense.
91 is admitted without objection.
And I don't intend to publish this time. Kiara, you stated today that the injuries to your hands were from the sword. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you recall doing a police interview with now Sergeant, but Detective Javier Vigil back on the day of the murder?
A little bit, yes.
How were you feeling during that interview with then Detective Vigil?
I had a lot of adrenaline at the time. I was freaking out a lot, so I was having a hard time communicating clearly. Like, I was saying crazy shit because I was also kind of excited to talk to someone who wasn't Isaac.
Okay. Do you recall what you told Sergeant Vigil as it relates to how you'd gotten the injuries on your hands?
I don't remember exactly what I said.
Did you tell Sergeant Vigil that it happened from dropping a knife a day prior?
I don't think so.
Just a moment, Your Honor. Kiara, were you fully honest with Detective Vigil during your police interview?
No.
What do you mean by that?
I lied about what I thought happened. So I said I don't remember, but I remembered a lot more than I wanted to.
Why'd you lie?
I was scared.
talking about the messages between you and Isaac, there are times that you ask him to commit the murder of Grace. Do you recall saying that?
I remember telling him to do something, anything, whether it was kill her or get her the out. Sorry. I didn't care if it was to get rid of her, just get her to leave somehow, or kill her, get it over with, just do something, get her out of my space.
What did you think would happen for you as it relates to Ghost if you had killed Grace?
I would have ranked up and been officially a part of it. And
Can we approach her?
I would.
Ask that, Kiara, what did you think would happen as it relates to you and Ghost if, and when you murdered Grace?
I believed I would rank up in Ghost and that I would get paid as well.
Is there an amount of money that you thought you would get paid?
He didn't tell me the exact amount.
You've had two other interviews. Do you recall those? Another one here at the courthouse with Detective Vigil?
Yes.
Okay, and then another one with some of Isaac's attorneys?
Yes.
And were you fully honest in those interviews?
Not fully.
What do you mean by that?
I was scared to say that. I said that Isaac had swung first, but in reality, he just handed me the sword.
So did Isaac Apodaca take any swings using the sword at Grace's body?
As far as I'm aware, no.
Should have clarified. In your presence,
In my presence, no.
moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
Kiara, have you been truthful today about your role in the murder of Grace Jennings?
Yes.
Pass the witness.